Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation on StorageCraft ShadowProtect version 3. The entire demonstration will take approximately 15 minutes start to finish, after which you will have most of the skills required to deploy and understand the benefits that real-time recovery will provide to you and your organization. The first thing you'll notice about ShadowProtect is its very clean, very simple user interface. Our first job is to create a destination for our backup images to be saved to. This is what we call an image repository. We click on the icon that says Create a New Destination. From here, we can create a network share or a local image repository. In our case, we're going to select a local image repository. We simply browse the network to find our image repository and select it as a destination. Our next task is to create a backup schedule. Simply click on the Backup Wizard. Here we select the volume or the multiple volumes that we want to back up. We now need to select the destination that we want to save our backup images to. We can browse a network, or as we've already created a destination, we normally recommend changing the file name to something that you will understand and know that this backup pertains to a specific type of server. In this case, a file and print server located in Sydney, Australia. We can now select the schedule that we want to back up. We can back up now, we can back up later, we can back up on a weekly schedule, a monthly schedule, or continuous incrementals that we'll cover later. For this server, we want maximum data protection. So we'll create a full backup to happen every Saturday at 9 p.m. with incremental backups on a separate schedule starting at 7 a.m. and finishing at 8 p.m. in order to capture all data throughout the day, regardless of when users start or stop working. We now have the ability to back this server up every 15 minutes throughout the day. This could be an Exchange 2003, an SQL 2005 server, a file and print server, web server, data server, really doesn't matter. Now, this customer will never lose more than 15 minutes worth of data, Exchange, or SQL transactions after a crash or corruption. Here we're able to determine what level of compression we would like. We normally recommend standard compression, which on a normal server will give typically about a 2-to-1 compression ratio. Here we can enter in a password for the image file. You'll notice here we have the ability to split an image file into smaller, manageable chunks. For example, say we're writing to an image repository that is Linux-based. Often you'll find that a Linux NAS box will only be able to receive a 2 or 4 gig file size from a Windows system. This enables us to back up to any NAS box on your network with complete reliability. In our case, we're writing to a Windows-based NAS appliance, so it doesn't make any difference. Next, we'll click the Advanced button, which gives us access to a wide range of additional functionality and features within ShadowProtect version 3. A new feature in version 3 of ShadowProtect is performance throttling, which is I/O disk throttling. This allows us to minimize the impact on a production network of sending an image over that network. Of course, if we reduce the performance to 50%, it will take us twice as long to create and save the image to the image repository. Included within ShadowProtect as standard is already CPU throttling, which minimizes the impact on a production server of doing a live real-time image. On the Image tab, we have a wide range of additional functionality that can now be utilized as well. Here we have the ability to enable concurrent task execution. So this is if I want to do multiple jobs at the same time. You'll notice here we have the ability to auto-execute an unexecuted task. So for example, say our NAS box, our image repository, or our server is offline. As soon as it comes online again, we'll continue with the tasks that are in the schedule. We also have the ability to enable self-healing of an incremental image. What this means is, say we identify that the previous incremental image is not available, or it has become corrupt, we'll automatically self-heal that image by creating a new differential image, which will bring everything back into alignment to ensure maximum integrity of our image repository. ShadowProtect works out of the box with Microsoft VSS, so that includes Server 2003, XP desktops, laptops, as well as Exchange 2003 and SQL 2005. For these systems, there is no further requirements. It is simply an out-of-the-box functionality for us to back it up every 15 minutes throughout the day. However, you may have, say, an Oracle database that is not Microsoft VSS enabled, in which case we use the pre-snapshot command to issue a command before we take an image to put Oracle in backup mode. We take a snapshot, which takes a couple of seconds. Once we've taken the snapshot, we then use the post-snapshot command to release Oracle back into the production environment. In addition, we have a range of post-backup commands. What this enables us to do is, say we're backing up a remote server and we want to replicate the data back to head office. The post-backup command enables us to use, for example, Microsoft Robocopy to enable that replication back to head office. Or alternatively, it could call the NT backup applet or backup exec to archive our image off to tape. Here you'll notice we have 3 levels of encryption, ranging from 128-bit fast, 128-bit secure, and 256 very secure encryption. Under the Retention tab, we have the ability to establish how long we would like to keep backups online and accessible to our users. In this case, we'll keep 6 full backups and their complete backup sets online and accessible for file restores. So this means I can restore any file back to any 15-minute increment throughout the day for the past 6 weeks. We still need to archive this off to disk or tape for offsite archival. But what this enables us to do is minimize the amount of disk space being occupied with our images. Now that we've created our backup schedule, we can simply execute the task by ticking the box, or in this case, we'll leave the task in the queue. By doing a right mouse click on the job in the queue, we can execute a full and incremental. We can edit the schedule, we can disable or delete the task. In this case, we're going to execute a full backup. We're now taking an exact state image of this production Exchange, SQL, or server. Backing up to our USB device, we're getting approximately 26 megabytes per second. Of course, this depends on your network bandwidth and how you set the I/O disk throttling. The total time to back up this 10 gig volume was 4 minutes and 55 seconds, approximately 2 gig per minute.